A Kalamazoo Township man is facing a murder charge tonight. Prosecutors say he opened fire on another man as he was getting out of a car outside of an apartment complex.
Yeah, Kalamazoo Township police say they are really getting fed up with the recent increase in violent crime. Tonight, News Channel 3's Mike Kravsik is joining us at the Kalamazoo County Courthouse to explain just how much more work, Mike, local detectives have ahead of them now.
Yeah, Andy, detectives at Kalamazoo Township say they're seeing unprecedented levels of violent crime in that community in the last year. Today, a judge arraigning a 27-year-old man on murder charges stemming from that Saturday shooting. They're not connected, but police say a suspect is still on the loose from a deadly drive-by shooting on Sunday. 2 killings in one weekend leave some people living in Kalamazoo Township shaken.
It shakes you a little bit, and it gives you a reality check. It lets you know that, you can feel safe, but there's still stuff going on around you.
Outside Ethan Simmons' apartment complex, Kalamazoo Township police say Daryl Felton shot and killed Michael Underwood while he got out of his car Saturday.
The defendant shoots the victim 3 times, twice in the back from where he stood at the rear of a vehicle in an apartment parking lot as the victim stepped out of the vehicle.
In court this afternoon, Felton, 27 years old, arraigned on an open murder and weapons charge. Prosecutors say the altercation stemmed over Felton's girlfriend's child. Underwood is the father, investigators say.
This is pretty much a generally good area right here. We haven't, like I said, haven't had any problems here.
Kalamazoo Township police say they can't figure out the cause of the recent spike in violence. Detectives say they're still searching for suspects in Sunday's drive-by shooting of a 16-year-old girl.
Just opens your eyes.
Kalamazoo Township Lieutenant Scott Jackson says the spat of recent violence is also taking its toll on law enforcement. Prosecutors say Felton has no criminal history. He could be free if he posts a $500,000 cash bond. He is due back in court here next week.
Time is running out for parents to make sure their kids are fully protected from COVID-19 by the time school starts. Many districts start school in just 5 weeks from today.
Yeah, time is flying by. If you've received the Pfizer vaccine right now, that's how long it would take to become fully immune. Tonight, News Channel 3's Kirk Mason takes a closer look at where vaccination rates stand and the decision that parents are facing.
When the school year starts, 15-year-old William and 12-year-old Lauren McKellar will both be fully vaccinated. Their Van Buren County mother, Amy McKellar, had them get vaccinated as soon as they became eligible.
Everyone's really worried about their kids, and no one wants to make a mistake.
McKellar is a middle school science teacher. She graduated college with a biology degree and used that background to inform her decision.
You hear of kids having long COVID and having enlarged hearts and things like that. And so I was far more concerned with the side effects of them actually getting ill than I was with the side effects that, were possible from the vaccine.
The issue, I guess parents need to ask themselves is, what is your risk tolerance for your children?
Ascension Borges infectious disease specialist Dr. David Davenport says children should be thought of in 3 groups. 10 and under are not as susceptible to catching coronavirus. Middle school becomes more likely. Then high school is similar to adults. Serious cases are rare in kids, but
there is a risk. It's a small risk. The Delta variant increases the chances of a child getting infected.
That's because the Delta variant is more contagious. Nationally, the American Academy of Pediatrics reports COVID-19 cases in children nearly doubled in the second week of July compared to June. However, numbers so far do not show a surge in virus cases among Michigan children. We track state numbers since Michigan's mask mandate lifted in late June for kids 9 and under. Cases in kids show no increase so far and are nowhere near as high as earlier this year when school was in session.
Right now, kids can't get vaccinated until they're 12. We pulled the data and found 43% of Kalamazoo County kids in that age group 12 to 15 have at least 1 dose. Other local counties are much lower. Branch County's at 12%, St. Joseph County 16%. In Van Buren County, where Amy McKellar lives, it's 26%.
She feels relief knowing her children are fully vaccinated as they prepare to start a new school year, and believes conversation can help convince some of those who are so far avoiding the vaccine.
I find a lot of people are vaccine hesitant because they don't 100% understand it. And it's normal to fear what you don't understand. And so I have been trying to explain it to people who are vaccine hesitant.
At least to those willing to have the conversation.
Portage police surround a home they now consider to be a crime scene. Medical examiners now say an 82-year-old man found dead inside was murdered. News Channel 3's Mike Kravsik joins us live in Portage from the man's house, where investigators have been on scene for more than 36 hours. Mike.
Yeah, and Andy and Eric, investigators just left the scene moments ago. Inside the home here, police say investigators found signs of violence. Detectives say they're now treating this elderly man's death as a homicide after the autopsy results came back this morning. Tonight, police are calling the man's death isolated, and they're not saying why there is no danger to the public, but they're not explaining why. Portage police carry evidence bags out of a home that sits in a quiet cul-de-sac. It's day 2 of the investigation.
Surroundings indicated to us that there was some suspicious activity that may have caused his death.
Inside, investigators say a woman found her 82-year-old father, Thomas A., dead after he missed an appointment on Sunday.
She then tried to make attempts at contacting him, which went unanswered, and that prompted her to come here to check on her father.
Former colleagues tell me A worked as a dental surgeon in Kalamazoo for nearly 3 decades before he retired. Detectives have been on the scene for close to 48 hours, processing evidence and looking for more clues.
Taking our time with our lab personnel and our detectives to make sure that we don't miss anything that is later found to be important.
The chief is refusing to comment on whether there are any suspects at this point right now. The chief does say detectives are in touch with the prosecutor's office to provide updates on this case. Live in Portage, Mike Kravsik, News Channel 3.